Hi, my name is Caitlin Finch, and I am the owner of Inspired Mobility Solutions here in Columbus, Ohio. The client that you are about to see video and photos of is named Ryan, and he has a neurological issue that allows him to only have one hand for driving. And so this was him at his final fitting in his one-of-a-kind truck. It's a Chevy Silverado with an ATC conversion for the entrance, and he can get his power chair into it, and then a joy steer system, all in one hand control for gas, brake, and steering, as you'll see in the video. And then also using a Rashtronics voice scan system where he activates that with a tap of his head. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was an awesome time working with Ryan from start to finish. And his vehicle truly is the first of its kind. And it was so much fun working with him and problem solving how to get him driving again. He's so dedicated to what he does and inspiring. So I hope that you are inspired by his story as well and enjoy these videos as part of the process. Have a great day, and thanks for coming by Inspired Mobility Solutions. So how fast are we going right now, Ryan?
66 miles an hour.
Does it feel like you're traveling 66 miles per hour?
No, it actually feels like we're going slow.
Yeah.
In about a mile, we'll hit a 70 mile an hour patch.
Okay. Well, you're staying with the flow of traffic, so.
But like to maintain a speed on this joystick is very easy. Like we've been 66, 67. You would think it might be a little hard. But there's good places on this box to keep your hand fixated to just feather in and out.
Yeah. Well, and if you didn't have as much dexterity, that little platform that you had originally
Would be good.
would be, you know, a benefit, but right now you don't need that. It just got in the way of your control for you, but somebody else might have been perfect. Yeah.
Well, and it was the opposite. Good thing you don't spend enough time on the 71.
That I don't spend enough?
Yeah, I mean, you've been on it for 3 days straight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of travel on 71 this week. Do you ever feel like it's hard to get to the button at faster speeds, or is it
For
more?
my head?
Yeah.
No. We got it so close.
Yeah.
And I probably, when I'm straight up and down, I'm probably only an inch from the button.
Yeah. And is there ever a time that the button is hard to navigate? Is it more when you're just trying to switch from right to left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In hearing her.
Yeah. The speaker being down at your feet is hard.
Yeah. Now we're doing 70.
Okay. Is there any way you think the system could be better?
No, it's just getting used to it, honestly.
Yeah.
And like I was telling you, I run so many different styles of joysticks that, I have to remember what joystick I'm running.
Yeah.
And what sequence I need to go through.
But that'll become muscle memory once you've
Yeah.
done it enough. You're just more used to those other joysticks right now.
I mean, in the last 3 years, I've put 3,200 hours on my skid steer.
Right.
My wheelchair, my old wheelchair that I use for work, it stopped reading miles because I put so many on it, rolled over.
Yeah.
But then also I'm not going 70 miles an hour in either one of them.
Well, true.
Left, right.
Back there, does it feel pretty okay?
Cancel.
Yeah, with the windows closed, you can hear her better. But as soon as you open those windows,
Cancel.
that's when we lose her voice. Like, you just can't hear her
Can't
at
hear
all.
anything.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Ryan. I'll let him introduce himself and how he got to where he is. But first, Ryan, go ahead and tell us what brought you to having to drive with high-tech equipment.
So I am a triplegic and I only have the use of my right arm. I have a muscular neurological disorder and I have no movement of my lower extremities or my left arm. So I never even knew it was an option to drive. I didn't think I'd ever drive again. And then 2 years ago, I came up with this wild idea to ask my doctor if I could drive again. And she pointed me to a couple different people, and I went through a couple different hospitals to get educated on that I could drive again. And I found my way to Caitlin, and we came up with some ideas, and made a game plan on how I could drive again. And with the help of a bunch of engineers and a lot of technology, we were able to have Joysteer make a system for me so I could drive all one-handed with my right arm. From my power wheelchair, I drive from a 6-wheeled Quantum 3 power wheelchair. So me and the chair alone weigh a little under 600 pounds, so that was another task, is trying to make sure that everything fit and weight was distributed where it needed to be and so forth.
Okay. And then remembering back to those first days of training, you know, when you were in the minivan, that we had equipped with a Joysteer system.
I stopped driving fall of 2014, and then I believe the fall of 2019 is when I drove. So I mean, I didn't know what to expect or anything like that, and just the initial driving around, feeling the vehicle move, you know. Yeah, you know, everything I have is a joystick. My wheelchair is a joystick. I drive, you know, my wheelchair goes 6 miles an hour, but it also is electric and it responds quickly and things like that. Well, so does these, you know, 2 to 4 ton vehicles that, you know, are on 4 wheels and can go 100 miles an hour. So the feeling behind just a tiny joystick being able to operate it is pretty much the feeling is unreal. I mean, I can't even explain it besides breathtaking and priceless, because now I'm able to drive again, and driving is your biggest piece of being independent. So, you know, I went through driving training. You know, I was able to adapt quickly, and then I got my driver's license, and then it was now the trying to figure out what I'm going to drive and how you got to get to getting your own vehicle, and headaches, and then finding the right people that will help make them headaches go away, and coordinating it all, and finances and stuff like that. So being able to figure out through all that is a job in itself, and then now having the vehicle where I can drive myself, and it being a one-of-a-kind vehicle is even more unreal.
Yeah. And what do you do for a living?
So I'm in the agricultural construction field. I run a track skid steer for a forestry company, and I'm the operations manager for this local forestry company out of my town. So I'm in a labor-intensive field. All of our equipment, most of it has to be transported on a trailer, or, you know, the tools that we use has to be transported in big toolboxes and things like that. So in that field, you know, a minivan wasn't very suitable for me, so I wanted a pickup truck. And I didn't know if that was going to be able to happen or not, but I, again, coordinated around through it and found the right people that could believe in me, and in the field that I am, it was very necessary to have that. I don't think I was going to be able to tow a 10,000 pound piece of machine with a little minivan, but we would have tried. So now that having the truck modified with Joysteer in it from my wheelchair, I'm able to be as independent as any other person in my field, or even more independent, because I can drive myself everywhere and transport my own equipment to and from the jobs. And here we are.
Yeah. From start of evaluation when we first met to where we are today took about 2 years for you to actually get through that process. And in that process, obviously, you were advocating for yourself along the way. But what would you tell someone like yourself to get the process started? What would you think is like the key to starting the ball rolling if you have no idea of where to start?
Well, finding the right evaluator first is foremost most important, with the right equipment. So, and if you can't find that, I mean, I would obviously say start with your doctor and see where they're gonna point you to. And especially since this equipment, not everyone has it or even knowledgeable in it. When I first started, my doctors, the person that they sent me to, didn't even know this existed. So it's finding the right people that are knowledgeable on the right equipment that you need. So I'd say start by getting evaluated and figuring out what's the best thing for you, and then go from there.
And it would be evaluation done by a certified driving rehab specialist, which if you're not from Ohio and couldn't come see me, you would go to our national organization of the Association of Driver Rehab Specialists, and it's ADED, ADED.net. So if you're not from Ohio, that would be where you would start to find an evaluator to try to get the process rolling. And then, so we're in a new truck.
2020 Chevy Silverado, biggest model they have, a crew cab, 6.5 foot bed. It has a lift on it from ATC, all-terrain conversion company out of Indiana. Gull-wing door with a platform that my wheelchair sits on with a quick lock system on it so I can't go anywhere. And joy steer controls.
Yeah, and Rashtronics for your secondaries. Yeah, so, and since we've been driving in this vehicle, how does it feel?
It feels amazing, but it's even more because you're higher up off the ground, yet, you know, your average minivan is about 260 horsepower, and this is 420, and to be able to operate something that is so big and so powerful from a little joystick is just beyond amazing. And it responds quickly. There's no hesitation in the system. Everything works flawlessly, and it's just fantastic.
Is there anything else you'd want to tell anybody?
Just stick to your dream and never take the answer no. You know, you just find the right people and they'll help you out and along the way, and be patient. I didn't have a lot in the beginning, but I figured out that this takes a long time. It takes a lot of smart people and important people to make it go smoothly, and your dreams will come true.
Yeah. You're on there?
Oh yeah.
already what?
Dirty.
Oh. Hi, Caitlin Finch here again. Wow, what a ride. That was so much fun to work with Ryan and meet his unique needs and work with this one-of-a-kind truck. It was such an honor to be part of the process, and I am so glad I got to drive with him to show his parents for the first time of him driving since his injury. And it's just been such an amazing experience. I hope I can also bring the same experience to you. If you or your loved ones may require these type of services, I would love to help. Please check out my website at inspiredmobilitysolutions.com. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and my email and phone number are on my website if you have any direct questions. I hope to get to know you or your loved ones, and I hope to bring inspiration to those with disabilities to be able to drive again. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for checking out Inspired Mobility Solutions.